Hey, peace everyone, this is Homeboy, broadcasting to you live and direct from the city. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Homeboy in the Pyramids. Today's episode, the return of the Shut the Fuck Up Bros. I was recently online discussing this remote location. My guys in the country, and I was interested in possibly living there and working from that location. And I shared with him my travel credentials, my time abroad, and he was like, hey, you're welcome to come out here, check it out. Only requirement is that, you don't talk about it online. I think that, with this, with the rise of post-COVID, like YouTube travel bloggers, there's going to be some pushback. In the wake of COVID, there's YouTube has been inundated by travel vloggers, and one of the problems that is happening is that they're I don't want to say that social media is destroying travel in any capacity. I think certain aspects it may serve a purpose. However, I think that those special locations, those special spots, those certain countries and cities, a lot of that is going to be very difficult to keep secretive, and something about travel that people are not getting, over the years. One thing I realized, like, a lot of cool things about travel were actually word of mouth. I want to say something to a lot of you, and this may not make sense, but I want to say this. Years ago, there was a book called What Color Is Your Parachute? And it mentioned that the jobs that you saw online, they were the excess jobs. The best jobs, the best positions at these companies never made it to the internet, never made it to the job boards, or Monster or whatever people were using back in the days for look for work. All the jobs that you see online are excess. I think it's the same with travel. I think that a lot of the videos and content you see online is excess. The best stuff, the best locations, people are not going to share with you. And they're damn for sure not going to share with any YouTubers. I remember when I was in Cambodia, and I got privy to some information and some people got cool with me. One guy started intimating and sharing information about people living in remote communities in Thailand. People living off the grid, and there are plenty of expat communities in different countries and that I know of, in South America or in Southeast Asia, where people have cut themselves off from the rest of the world. They have their own little expat community, and the only way that you're really going to find out about a lot of these locations, great living locations, is by being out on the road, and you're not going to get this online. This is Shut the Fuck Up Bros 101. Back in the days, good spots, good locations. Nobody's talking about it. So again, remember, even if you look, even in my book, there's plenty of places that I've been that I would never share online. Not because I'm being stingy or selfish. It's just like some travel information has to be earned, and we're getting into a space on YouTube where a lot of people are talking about the same thing. They're regurgitating a lot of information, and that those great locations, those great travel information, you're not going to get that online. What's online is the excess. is excess information. The only good information that you're gonna get is when you're out and about, and people are gonna be very reluctant to share things with you. If you're any kind of like social media person, if you're like a YouTuber or anything, they're not gonna share that with you because they don't want those places being tainted, or they don't want everyone and their mother coming out to some of these locations. So as social media becomes more ubiquitous for travel, definitely you're definitely gonna see more of the shut the fuck up bros, because there's gonna be a pushback to all of this social media travel. In fact, I'm envisioning within the next 5 years, some countries are probably going to request that there are certain places you go, you're not allowed to use your camera. They're already starting this. I think it's leave no trace. There's certain countries that will allow you to go to certain locations, but they won't allow you to film there or record there. And I think that's going to be something, there's going to be a huge pushback to a lot of this travel content. And those great locations, places that are really special, it's going to be even more difficult to find some of these locations now because travel has become so ubiquitous. So definitely when you find something that's really good, keep that shit to yourself, man. It's the return of the shut the fuck up bros. Peace.